if I want. Hi, my name is Sajal, and in this video I'm going to share how I will earn 3.25 crores again if I have to start from scratch. So my story goes back. I'll keep the video pretty direct. I have no fluff advice for you. This is only the practical stuff. I'm not going to give you the basic things again and again. I'll just keep it in a good flow. My story started when I wanted to earn some money because I had my why clear on why I should get started with doing any job in the world and not just with the goal of earning money. My why was clear because I was poor. My family needed me, and my mom is a single parent, so I wanted to take care of her, and I wanted to help her with all the possible expenses that she had. Once I made my why clear, I just picked one service. And was choosing one service easy for me? I'll say yes. Why? Because I had people around me who were already doing this. I saw that they are already doing video editing, and I noticed they are earning way better than their peers and my peers as well. And now I decided that I'm going to do video editing. But was that because I saw that my senior or my close friends are doing that? No, it was because I had a prior experience of being a video editor. Not as a professional video editor, but I used to edit birthday videos for my friends, for my people, and I even used to make memes for my personal meme page. So I had basic idea about photo editing and video editing. I started applying for jobs, and from those jobs I got basic money, and from that basic money I built my PC. So what does this tell you? This tells you that whenever you get a chance to work for a even smaller job, and in return if you are getting bare amount of money, but in the exchange you are getting good experience, plus if you are getting paid for it, you are already lucky than other people. Save all the money that you are earning in the starting years. Don't try to spend it on your lifestyle. Just save it so that you can take that money and you can invest it back in whatever skill that you're learning. For me, I took all the money that I saved and then I put it into building a PC. When I built a good PC, it increased my speed of working fast. Now, the second step I did, I started up leveling the kind of jobs I used to take. I started working as a video editor in a law firm, and they used to pay me 5,000 rupees. Then I started working in another law firm for 2.5k. So it's like in total I was earning 7,500 by working 2 internships at a time while I was in my college. I was in the second year of my college. And by the time I got my third opportunity, it was of 10,000 rupees. So I was earning somewhere around roughly 18,000 rupees a month. And from that part, I realized one thing, that this thing is going to take a lot of time for me to learn personally, because I was barely sleeping and I was working almost 16 to 17 hours, and while I was also going to my college. So I used to sleep for only 3 to 4 hours. So there goes your another point, that you need to sacrifice your sleep for at least 2 or 3 years. Don't even expect that you will get to a good point just by expecting that you know the basic skill. And even if you're talented, you have to invest the time. This is the only fraction of the whole equation which you can't change. Now, once you're done with this, the third step that you need to take is that you need to master this skill. If you think that I will just drop service my video editing skills to someone else who can do the work for you, then you are wrong. Because later in your career, there will be so many problems which can't be solved without your strategic decisions. So you have to know the skill by heart, and you should be master at it. And need not to be a Jedi level, but a basic master, I'll say, where you know all the softwares, you understand a brand, you should basically have a taste. Now, moving forward to fourth step. Once you understand your core skill, this is the time you start leveraging. Try to get to a better job every time. Don't directly jump into freelancing. This is my personal experience. Try to have more and more cash reserved at the start, because business is risky. And if you are coming from a background where your family relies on you, you need to build up cash reserves of at least 6 months. Once you build up these cash reserves, then you become prone to taking more risk, and when you take more risk, you become more successful. Now, take your job to the level where you are getting paid at least $1,000 or $800, somewhere around that. Once you start getting paid that much, that's when you should actually start thinking about starting your freelance career. How to start your freelance career? It is as simple as this. Find a person who actually needs your service. I'm not saying just for video editing, but for any service that you're providing, try to find a person who can actually help you out to sell your service. Yes, that's there you go. I said it. If you want to sell your service, you need to figure out whom you need to sell it. I know these advices sound generic, but honestly, these are the only advice you need to follow. Just find someone who will die if they don't get your service, who can pay 10 times more for your service, because the only barrier should between him and you should be the communication gap. And the way you fill this communication gap is by you reaching out to the clients, is you telling them that, hey, whatever their name is, like these are my service, would you be interested in buying these services from me? Because that's how you do it. Closed mouth don't get fed. You have to go out there, you have to outreach yourself, you have to pitch yourself, you have to sell yourself. Now comes my fifth point, which is read a lot of books. I have shit ton of library of books, and that's the only way you can defeat other people, because in Indian schooling system, nobody fucking teaches you business. They just make you do all the business equations and stuff like that, but they never actually teach you how to be a businessman. Now, moving forward, you have to you have to remind yourself this consistently, that you have a business where you need to service other people, and that's how you actually get paid. In service business, the only factor that makes sure that you are going to be successful is by making sure that you are doing a good job for the client. I'll tell you a story. When I started my video editing career, I found this one international client. His name is Dr. Ravi, and I started working for him. And I used to do like a lot of work in a very less money, and I never looked at money for at least 6 or 7 months. I used to contribute all my time, like everything that I had, towards him to make sure that he gets the success. And trust me, that decision of me helping him out without looking at the money at that time really turned out well, because he referred me 25 clients, and for the next almost 1.5 years, I never had to I never had to search for client. And just because of him, I was able to build my own company. I was able to have my team. I was able to build my own team. And basically, I'll say, just because of him, I was able to build my own team and the whole company, which is Primecraft Media. Because of him as well, I started to niche down and go into dentistry. Because this is also the sixth point, that once you figure out who are you going to help, then try to connect it with a niche. For example, let's say if I am a person who helps bald people get their hair back. Now, I just said that this is a service that I provide. I didn't say that I am going to do this only for actors, only for 40 plus old year dads, only for women who are conscious about their hairs. Usually people just go broader. When they're starting, they just go broader, thinking that it's going to help them and it's going to capture a big market. But in reality, they don't get anything. As soon as you niche down yourself, you start catering to a specific target audience and you become a specialized person. For example, there's no other dentist there are very few people in dentistry who does video editing and content marketing as good as me. And I'm super proud when I say this, because I've invested so many years, while most people thinking that dentistry is boring. But I continued, and today I have great authority in my industry. I was able to earn this money in almost 3.5 years. I was able to do this by compromising my sleep, by adopting a single mother work ethic, by servicing to richer people, and by actually improving my services from time to time. And then once I improved my services, then I started going broader on my services. I used to sell more things to these clients. And then with time, once I started to have more clients, I used to increase my price again and again. For example, recently only I charged a client a double ticket size. Like I used to charge them somewhere around $1,500 for some 10 or 15 shots, but recently I just charged them double for what we usually do. And today I'm doing somewhere around $15,000 to $16,000 a month, and by the next year I'm sure I'll be able to cross $100,000 easily. So $100,000 a month easily, by the way. So my strategy to re-earn all this money would be this: start with the right service, then select the right market who has the money to pay me, and the problem that I'm going to solve for them with any service that I'm going to provide should create enough pain in their life so that they can take action swiftly. Once I am able to solve their problem, I need to collect all the testimonials, video testimonials ideally. Collect all these video testimonials and then show these video testimonials to other people in their network, in your current client's network. There had been so many times when I wanted to ask one of my friend, hey, whom are you using for your services, or let's say for your videos? But I never asked because I was feeling a kind of ashamed, maybe asking them. I was having some kind of shyness in asking if they can refer that person to me or not. Is it like I'm going to ask them what are they gonna think of me? So you need to outreach to these people. Sixth point, I will never stop my outreach. For biggest time, I was busy between adding one client and then churning other, and in between I was doing shitty work. So this cycle used to go on again and again for years until I was so done of this cycle that this December will be the very first time from 4 years that when I will be not having the same cycle. I have been consistently adding clients again and again, and I have not dropped a single client. And this is because I have unlocked how to overcome this. And check out the next video in which I am going to share how you can retain all your clients and how you can decrease the churn that you are experiencing.